What a brutal injury to Dak Prescott. Literally his ankle, if you haven't watched the footage of it, I'll put a picture of it on screen here, but I warn you, it's graphic, but literally broke his ankle and his foot was like bent. And you know when something's so bad when a player actually reaches and tries to like put it back in place. It's a natural instinct. I tore my patellar tendon right off my kneecap, and my natural instinct was to take my kneecap, which was kind of in the lower part of my thigh, floating around up in my thigh, to push it down and try and reconnect it. I tried to do that. I thought 10-second rule, kneecap, go back into place. And God, watching Dak take his leg and just kind of try and get it, bang it back into the ground, it was so brutal. I felt so bad for him. And we got to talk about it from a fantasy football perspective. That's what I do. But I want to first just lead off by saying thoughts and prayers to Dak. He's being rushed into emergency surgery tonight. Hopefully they can take care of that thing so that he can come into 2021, be fully healthy. But thoughts and prayers with him. This is a brutal injury. And with Alex Smith and what happened to him breaking his leg the way he did, and how risky it can be to break legs and break ankles, and what it can do to blood flow and circulation. Like, we don't know that he's just 100% going to be okay next year. We're only hoping that is the case. So thoughts and prayers to Dak. From a fantasy perspective, again, I have to talk about it. It's what I do. Amari Cooper takes an immediate hit, in my opinion. Amari Cooper is the kind of wide receiver that needs the football delivered to him a certain way. I've said that all offseason long. And while he's been playing great, he didn't have a great game in this one, and I don't expect him to bounce back and have a great week 6 through 16. I think he's the guy that's going to have the most trouble adapting to Dalton or new quarterback, whoever ends up being the quarterback all year long. If that even changes, we don't know. I think CeeDee Lamb is so talented. He's a top 5 wide receiver, capable type guy that I think, he's going to be up and down as a rookie. But CeeDee Lamb could deliver top 5 to 10 wide receiver numbers on any given Sunday and walk into 2021, I think, playing that well on a consistent level. But right now, he's going to be hit and miss. CeeDee Lamb is the guy that creates his own opportunity, and I think he'll find a way to thrive and become the number 1 there the rest of the way. Now, I'm not saying Cooper's droppable. I'm not saying Cooper can't be a wide receiver 2 or a high-end wide receiver 2, but I do not believe in the current state of things in Dallas Cooper will be a wide receiver 1 moving forward. Now, I think this helps Zeke Elliott's value a lot because Zeke hasn't been getting those 100-yard efforts, and now the Cowboys will be forced to lean on the ground more than ever, especially early on in games. And you'll see Zeke Elliott, even if his efficiency went down a little bit, I don't know for sure that will happen, he will get enough volume, the 100-yard games will be there, the touchdowns will be there. Zeke Elliott truly does benefit from this, and the offense is talented enough to keep defenses honest enough to not just see 8-man front after 8-man front for Zeke. I think they'll be able to move the football well enough to get Zeke into some good opportunities all year long. So expect Zeke's value to go up, Lamb's value to probably stay the same as he evolves and becomes the wide receiver I expect him to become, which is the number 1 there and a top 5 to 10 wide receiver for the future. I expect that to happen still. Cooper, I would sell high if you could, but I don't think anybody's going to take him at this point with Dak going down. Now, if you own Dak Prescott, you're in trouble. And maybe you have a good backup, a viable backup. Maybe you took Aaron Rodgers as well, and you had 2 great quarterbacks, and you listened to me about A-Rod. But if you didn't, go poke around at the Brady owner. Tom Brady, for some reason, all of you, and I say all of you because I mean all of you, nobody's coming to bat for Tom Brady when I'm in a live stream and people go, what are we doing with Tom Brady? He's got Alzheimer's. He forgot how many plays there were in a football game. Who cares? Tom Brady doesn't need to remember where his car's parked. He has a driver. Tom Brady could forget how many touchdowns he throws to Mike Evans. Let's say he throws 2 in quarter 1. He'll forget and he'll throw him 2 more. Who cares? Tom Brady, if you extrapolate his data, is on pace for 40 total touchdowns. You take his TD total, divide it by 5, remultiply it by 16, and extrapolate it out. Over 40 total touchdowns on the year is what he's on pace for. Over 4,400 total yards. What is your problem when you come to me and say, Smitty, what are we doing about Tom Brady? We're putting him on the bench? I mean, it's about time, right? Because he had 1 bad game. Okay? What about the 5 TD effort he had the week prior? Do you remember that? Tom Brady is a great buy low. The reason I tell you this is not to yell at you. The reason I tell you this is if you lost Dak Prescott, Tom Brady clearly is doubted by his own owner right now. You may want to poke around and see if you can get Tom Brady from that panicked owner who's like, I don't know what to do with Tom Brady. I think I should maybe bench him because he's only on pace for 4,400 yards and 40 TDs total. And you have a problem with that? I'm going after Thomas Brady. Bad memory and all. And if you have any dilemmas or quarterback dilemmas from this, drop a comment in the YouTube comments here or IG or wherever you're watching this and let me know what your dilemma is, and we'll try and get you a trade, cooked up that will allow you to win. And you can order my call at heysmitty.com right here. Heysmitty.com. You and I can get on the phone. You just buy one phone call at a time. I'll call you back, like an ASAP type phone call return service, and we'll go over your situation, your dilemma, and try and build some kind of trade opportunity for you to get back into the quarterback game. Chase Claypool, all I got to say is wow, 7 receptions, 110, 3 TDs, but also a running touchdown. He had 4 touchdowns and 110 yards. Is this the new wide receiver 1 in Pittsburgh? They're 4-0. They're winning. They're going to continue to do what they're doing, which is feed the football to Chase Claypool. Now, you can't expect these kind of numbers all year long, but maybe we do expect him to be a high-end wide receiver 3 the rest of the way, dancing around with these, not this type of number, but maybe something like 100 and a touchdown on occasion. He can do that. He looks the part. He's not just a guy that found his way into a 4 TD game like some people can do. Those 1 week wonder performances that happen all the time in fantasy football. No, he looked the part. He looked like a beast. And if you remember back in January and February when I did my positional incoming rookie rankings, where I don't factor in what teams are thinking, I don't factor in the projected landing spots, nothing. I go off talent alone. Claypool was in my top 5. And I admit I fell victim to letting the scenario dictate where I recalibrate the player. And I said, this is me now in my own voice. Smitty. Hey, Smitty. It's me, Smitty. And you know what? Oh, my God. There are too many mouths to feed. Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson. I don't think there's enough room for Claypool to eat. I'm going to bump him down in my rankings. Nice job, Smitty. Way to go. Time to take a lap for me. Claypool is the man. Oopsie on me. And boy, am I excited to watch this guy develop. Mixon bounced back down to earth. We'll have debates on that, I believe, all week, where people are going to be like, Mixon's still going to be top 10. I don't know. I don't even know where to rank Mixon anymore. All I know is I told you not to draft him high. And if you bought him low, I think you're protected into getting whatever it is you're going to get on a week-to-week basis from him. Drake had a decent day, but we wanted more. I think he opened the door for maybe some more carries to go to Edmonds, but I think Drake responds well to that because he has less pressure on him. 60 yards and a touchdown. I like that Drake finally scored. It felt really good to see him get in the end zone, but we're not sure what to make of Drake. Let's hope for a continued success for Drake moving forward. Now, Mike Thomas not playing week 5 because of the fight that he got in, not because of the injury. His owners are going to be so disappointed in him. Take a stab. Try and acquire this guy on the cheap. Mike Thomas can win you a league. He'll be back. He'll be one more week rested. Go get him. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I'm going to continue to beat the drum until the drum breaks and busts all into 1,000 pieces. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a top 5 running back. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, what do we do with Clyde? I don't want to hear, well, I guess Clyde's not a top 10 running back. I don't want to hear it. He's had 2 130-plus yard efforts. He had 100 yards and a touchdown on the ground in week 1 in his debut. He's going to be fine. He's electric. Him not delivering has nothing to do with him. It's game flow. He looks fine. He looks fine. He's an elite running back that will get going, as rookies often do. And in a way, not getting overworked now is going to allow him to maybe avoid hitting a rookie wall. So I'm actually not concerned. You might think I'm concerned. You might think I'm in my head going, okay, I may have messed up on this one. No, I don't feel that way at all. I feel fine about Clyde. And in fact, if you're like in a position where you lost Dak and you need a quarterback, you might be able to get crafty and trade a running back, maybe Jacobs, who everybody was about to jump off that wagon heading into this week, and now they're back. Oh, yeah, the big week 1, then a bunch of pedestrian efforts, and now we're off of Jacobs, right? What are we doing with Jacobs, Smitty? Jacobs bounces back with a big effort in week 5. Now everybody's happy again. If you own Jacobs, you could maybe trade for Clyde and get your QB upgrade if you lost Dak. One of the many things I can help you with at heysmitty.com right here. That is my rapid fire recap of week 5 and my buy low recommendations for week 6, which include Clyde, which include Mike Thomas, which will include anybody who's underperforming that I love. And the fact that you can still go get probably, depending on what happens tomorrow or Tuesday night, if they cancel this Tuesday night game, you might be able to still get AJ Brown cheaper than you should. And everyone's going to assume because he hasn't played, he sucks. You don't play, you suck. Go get J.K. Dobbins. Go get Zack Moss. No, don't trade a lot for him. In the case of Moss is on waivers right now. And no, you can't go get him in a league where you have 4 bench spots. You need to use common sense, and context matters. But in leagues where Moss has hit the waiver wire and you have a spot to burn, go grab Moss, put him on the bench. Don't email me the next day and be like, well, if he doesn't do well, should I drop him? You're only acquiring him if you can manage to hold him and wait. He's like a seed. You must water the seed and see if it develops. He's not going to score touchdowns in seed form. What do I look like, an idiot? Go buy Kareem Hunt low. A lot of people are upset that Kareem Hunt didn't have 500 yards and 7 touchdowns in week 5. Go buy Christian McCaffrey if for any reason you have seen that owner hit his endpoint where he's like, I gotta jump, I'm not winning. And don't let Bill from corporate come in and steal him away from Bob from accounting, because Bob is at his endpoint. Know when your league mates are at their endpoint and take advantage. What kind of friend are you? And get on over to heysmitty.com. Order a phone call. Subscribe, follow, and get on over to sleeperu.com as well. We're right here. I'll see you on the next show. The next rapid fire recap, baby.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Smitty.